Race Oncology is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company with a dedicated mission to be at the heart of cancer care. I'm joined by Dr. Pete Smith to talk about the company's progress, upcoming milestones and some exciting developments on the horizon. Welcome, Pete, and tell us about Race Oncology's current focus areas and why these are so important.
Race is developing a drug called RC220. It's a cancer drug, as our name would suggest, being an oncology company. And it's, in fact, an old drug, or the basis of it is an old drug called bisantrene that was tested back in the 80s and went through over 1,500 patients, proved itself to be very, very active across a very, very broad range of cancers. And for a cancer drug, was relatively safe. But the drug was never launched because it was insoluble and therefore couldn't easily be administered to a broad range of patients. What Race has done is reformulated that drug, which gives us new intellectual property that protects it for the next 20 years, and we've solved that problem. So we're taking a drug that we know works and we know is safe, and we're really applying it in the setting it was originally intended to be developed, treating cancer patients.
So what recent data or clinical milestones can you share with investors?
Let's start with some new things that Race has found, and this is in recent years. Not only has it been reformulated and shown to be safe on administration, but also we know that it's less toxic than a lot of the older chemotherapeutic drugs. It doesn't cause hair loss. But when used in combination with some of those older drugs, it actually enhances the anti-cancer effect, again, across a very broad range of cancers, but actually reduces some very, very important toxicities, such as toxicity to the heart. And that's the one that we've been focusing on recently. But we actually think that effect will extend throughout the body. Chemotherapy ages the body, and we believe, based on the mechanism of action, that RC220 will actually reduce that damage.
You're playing in a competitive marketplace, so what do you believe sets Race apart?
Yeah, and that's a very good question. And I'm not going to be dissing any of the wonderful companies out there, all of whom are developing very interesting and often very novel approaches. I think what's interesting about the Race approach is that we're taking this older drug that we know works already, and therefore we're not likely to face a lot of the hurdles that companies face in terms of, does the drug work at all? Is it safe? And sometimes you only get the answer to those questions in late stage and very expensive clinical studies. So we're setting out armed with new knowledge about this old molecule and really applying it in the new setting, with the advantage of being able to apply a lot of new technology that wasn't available back in the 70s and 80s. So we're learning a lot of interesting things about this molecule. And we're excited about unveiling some of those things as we roll forward.
And what does the balance sheet look like, and what are the key things that Race will be focusing on over the next year?
Well, the most important thing is that we're in the clinic with this new molecule, and we're looking at it in combination with a very, very widely used cancer drug called doxorubicin. So we're not risk-free. We've got to show that it's safe in combination, but we're already starting to see patient data that supports that. And we have enough money on board to complete this initial study. I think that's very important, particularly in the current environment. So at the end of the March 25 quarter, we had over 17 million in cash. There'll be R&D tax credits coming in. And also we have $25 million worth of options that are outstanding. They're at $1.25, which as of today, we're above that price. And that could bring in $25 million by May 2026. So we're hopefully in a very strong position in that regard. But importantly, I think in this current environment, we've got the money to complete this study to show that RC220 is safe and effective in combination, and hopefully will reduce the toxicity. So it's going to be hopefully a great outcome for our shareholders, but also for patients. And we're always mindful of the contributions that the patients and the clinicians make to our endeavors here.
Exciting times. Dr. Pete Smith, thanks for joining us.
Sean, a pleasure. Thank you very much.